football fans, buckle up, because today we are diving deep into the wild world of transfer rumors. We're talking about those potential deals that could really shake things up, before the window slams shut.
Yeah.
So to navigate all this speculation, we've got an article from TNT Sports. They've highlighted some of the biggest names and juiciest rumors. And
well, let's just say things are about to get interesting.
oh yeah, it's this time of year when clubs are scrambling to make those last-minute additions, and agents are working overtime to make those big money moves happen. It's a total frenzy.
It really is. It's like the football world's version of a shopping spree before the stores close. Speaking of shopping sprees, let's start with Tottenham. Rumor has it they've reached an agreement with Bayern Munich to sign Mathys, 19-year-old forward, for a cool £50 million.
Yeah, that's a hefty price tag.
Yeah.
But Tellen is a really exciting prospect.
Yeah.
He's got incredible pace. He's very direct. And I think he could fit in perfectly with Tottenham's style of play.
I mean, I see the potential, but $50 million is a lot of money. True, but you got to consider his age. 19 years old, he's got so much room to grow. And Bayern Munich has a great track record of developing young players.
You've got a point there, Anba. It's not just Tottenham who are interested in him. We're hearing rumors that Manchester United, Arsenal, even Chelsea are keeping tabs on him too. Imagine being Telly right now. So many options.
Talk about a good problem to have, right? I mean, the question is, what are his ambitions? Does he want to be a guaranteed starter at Tottenham or fight for his place at a more, established club?
It's a tough choice.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Which path should he take?
Well, if he wants guaranteed playing time, Tottenham's probably the way to go. But if he wants to learn from some of the best in the world, maybe Manchester United or Chelsea, those would be tempting.
It's very interesting. It'll be fascinating to see how this one unfolds, but let's switch gears for a second and talk about a potential departure from the Premier League. Kaoru Mitoma, Brighton's star winger, is reportedly attracting serious interest from Al Nassr. That's the Saudi Pro League club. And get this, they're willing to offer a staggering £90 million for him.
90 million. That would be one of the biggest transfers, one of the biggest transfers ever in Premier League history.
That's an insane amount of money. I mean, I know the Saudi Pro League is making waves, but
yeah,
what's Brighton's perspective on this? I mean,
it's a tough situation, right? Because on the one hand, that kind of money could transform the club. I mean, they can invest in new players, improve your facilities, maybe even build a new stadium.
Yeah, but on the other hand, they'd be losing one of their most important players.
Exactly, and that's the dilemma they're facing. Do they prioritize financial gain or maintaining their performance on the pitch?
And what about the manager, Fabian Herzler? I mean, what's his take on all this?
Well, from what I've heard, he's not keen on selling Mitoma. He sees him as a key part of the team's future plans, but if the club decides to cash in, well, he'll have some big shoes to fill.
For sure. And then there's the whole, moral aspect of players moving to Saudi Arabia. Some people see it as a great opportunity, while others criticize it,
Yeah, it's a complex issue with no easy answers.
It really is. But for Brighton right now, it all comes down to that £90 million question. So I want to hear from you. What would you do if you were Brighton? Take the money or try to hold on to Mitoma?
We'll be back in a moment to continue our deep dive into the crazy world of football transfers.
Okay, so we've talked about Tottenham and Brighton, but there's another transfer rumor swirling around that we need to unpack, and this one involves Chelsea and a potential move for Manchester United's Alejandro Garnacho.
Yeah, this one's interesting because Chelsea seem to be playing it very cautiously. They've shown interest in Garnacho for sure, but they're also keeping a close eye on that Mathys situation we were just discussing. It's like they're hedging their bets,
Yeah. It's a bit of a waiting game, isn't it? Maybe they're thinking if they miss out on Tello, then Garnacho becomes their plan B. But wouldn't waiting until deadline day be a risky move? I mean, what if another club swoops in and snatches him up?
Well, there's definitely a risk, but there could also be some strategic advantages to waiting. For instance, if other clubs strike out on their top targets, they might get desperate and offer a really inflated price for Garnacho. And then Chelsea could swoop in at the last minute and get a better deal.
Ooh, I see. It's like a game of transfer poker.
Exactly.
But wouldn't that also mean potentially missing out on other targets? While they're waiting for Garnacho, another promising young player could slip through their fingers.
Oh, absolutely. It's a delicate balancing act, for sure. They have to weigh the potential reward against the risk.
And don't forget, we also have Napoli, who are reportedly interested in Garnacho. They've got a reputation for being tough negotiators, so Chelsea can't afford to get complacent.
No, they can't. This is turning into a real transfer saga.
It is. We've got a potential bidding war for Tella. A mega money offer for Mitoma, and now Chelsea playing a strategic waiting game for Garnacho, with Napoli lurking in the background.
Yeah.
It's like a football transfer thriller unfolding before our very eyes.
It really is, and it just shows you how interconnected the transfer market is. One move can set off a chain reaction impacting clubs and players across different leagues.
You know what I find fascinating about all of this? It's the pressure that everyone must be under. The players, the managers, the club owners, the agents.
Oh, yeah, I can't even imagine being in Garnacho's shoes right now. You've got all these clubs vying for your signature agents whispering in your ear, and that deadline looming.
And then there are the fans constantly refreshing their social media feeds, desperate for any updates on their club's transfer activity. The anticipation must be killing them.
It's all part of the drama and excitement of deadline day. You know, sometimes the best deals happen in those final hours.
It's true. It's like a game of chicken. Everyone's pushing their luck, trying to get the best possible outcome.
And amidst all the chaos and speculation, it's important to remember that these are real people's lives we're talking about.
Absolutely. These aren't just names on a spreadsheet. These are players with careers and ambitions and families.
A transfer can be a life-changing event for them.
For sure, it can make or break their careers. So let's shift our perspective for a moment and put ourselves in the shoes of the clubs. All right, let's play a little game of what if here. What if all these transfers we've been talking about actually happen? Tottenham gets Mitoma, goes to Saudi Arabia, and Chelsea snags Garnacho. How would that shake up the Premier League?
Ooh, that's a great question. And it really shows how these transfers can have a domino effect. One big move can completely change the balance of power. In your hypothetical scenario, I think Tottenham, with Tella's speed and directness up front, well, they become a much more dangerous attacking team. They could even challenge for a Champions League spot.
Yeah, they'd have a serious attacking duo with him and Kane. Then you got Brighton losing Mitoma. They've been exceeding expectations this season, but taking away their star winger could really hurt them.
No doubt it's a big gamble. That £90 million could do wonders for the club, but replacing Mitoma's creativity and goal-scoring ability, well, that won't be easy.
And then there's Chelsea adding Garnacho to their already talented squad.
Yeah, they're stockpiling young talent like it's going out of style. Adding another promising winger to the mix, I mean, they could be a real force to be reckoned with in a few years.
I'm getting excited just thinking about it. But we can't forget the human side of all this. These are young players making huge leaps in their careers.
Absolutely. The pressure on them will be immense, especially with all the attention and expectations surrounding these big money moves.
It takes a lot of mental strength to handle that kind of pressure.
It does. Some players thrive under it and others, while others struggle to adapt.
And that's what makes the transfer window so unpredictable. It's not just about the money or the tactics. It's about the human stories behind it all.
Yeah, it's like a real-life drama unfolding before our eyes.
As we get closer to deadline day, the excitement just keeps building.
Oh, yeah. The fans are on the edge of their seats. Clubs are working tirelessly to get deals done. And players are waiting to see where their futures lie.
It's a truly captivating time to be a football fan.
It is. Even after the window closes, the debates and analysis will continue. You know who made the best moves? Who overpaid? Who got the steals?
The speculation never really ends, does it?
Nope. It's all part of the fun.
The transfer window reminds us that football is more than just a game. It's a business, it's entertainment, it's a global phenomenon.
Well said.
So that wraps up our deep dive into the thrilling world of football transfers. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, this is just the start. Keep an eye out for those last-minute deals and let us know which transfers have you buzzing. Until next time, stay tuned to the beautiful game.